you now.
Okay. What's going down?
Well, I was wanting to check up on you on a few things here. First of all, I've been having trouble
I'm
calling,
still
getting in touch with you.
alive.
What's that? You're still alive?
Yeah, just wanted you to know.
That's
Well,
good
go
to
ahead.
know.
I'm
Um,
teasing.
well, well, first of all, I've been having some trouble getting a hold of you for the last few days. Um, I just wanted to see where you've been.
I've been good.
That's good to hear. Now, let's see, what is today? Today is March the 30th, 2024. Man, this year passed by fast, hasn't it?
Well, you are too. You just don't know
Oh, I guess so.
it. That's okay. You get old, you'll learn it.
Right, of course. Now, I wanted to check up on you. Did you,
Well,
because, well, remember the other day you were telling me that you needed to do some financial searching, I guess is what how you put it to me. Financial searching. And I guess where we're kind of getting lost on track here is you told me that you did not know where your money was.
I don't want them to know where my money is. This is this.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking. Well, I don't know who you are. But
Well, hold on. I'm a little. I think you're. We're getting on two different topics here.
okay.
Well, first of all, you know who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, you are one of my offsprings.
Yeah. And
So,
well, the thing is, we had a conversation the other day, and you were asking me if I knew where your money was, and I said, "Well, do you know where what bank you bank with?"
uh-huh.
And then you told me that you didn't know, you didn't seem to remember.
Well, I've been pushing my money into regions.
Oh, well, that's good. I figured it was with Regions. But I just want to make sure because the other day you couldn't seem to remember where it was, and I just wanted to check up on you to make sure that you actually remembered where it was.
Well, I wanted to make sure.
Okay, well that's good because I remember you told me the other day you said you were going to you had five or six something about you mentioned something about banks of some sort that you were going to talk to, but I'm glad that you have all that resolved now. Um,
Yeah.
but anyhow, did you ever figure out the other question that you were having? You were wanting to see how much money was coming in, and you had I guess a question of trying to figure out because you wanted to do what's called a financial audit,
Yeah.
and because what you were trying to, I guess, figure out more or less was how much money is coming in, but then you were starting to tell me that you needed some money and you needed money for something, and I was trying to figure out what it was that you were needing.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking to see to make sure that I haven't forgotten any money. And when I got rid of a couple banks.
Oh, okay. So is it all in like one place, or is it multiple places, or so? What are you
Well,
thinking?
I want most of it in one place, and
Okay.
so and I let the others go away.
Right, but now I was trying to figure out what expenses are you running into?
Oh, I don't have any new. In fact, I've improved my stance. I'm living at the edge of the. What would you call this thing? Yeah, I am now getting a lot of attention to what was the bank? I can't remember now. Oh, that's true. Regions. And so I just put it all in one.
Right. You in a big group?
I don't know. Me? Are you doing the same thing?
No, I'm by myself in my office.
Okay. Well, so anyway, you know, I put it in one place that's very
Well, that's
sad.
good because remember the other day you were telling me that you were wanting to work on a big real estate project, and you mentioned that you went with somebody to South Carolina to look at a house, and then you told me that you were going to go in and renovate the place, and you wanted to make rental rooms or some kind of rooms to rent out.
I decided not to do it. I'll go to one bank. So I'm all right.
Well, okay, so you know where it is now. Okay, but the other day you seemed kind of like I guess you were lost and trying to look for something. You told
Well,
me that you were in the hallways.
I was just wanted to see what you were doing, and it turned out we were probably doing the same thing.
Okay, well, uh, now here's the other thing that you brought up as well. You said that you were, I guess, doing some kind of a school project. You mentioned that you were at a school and that you were teaching, and that Sally was teaching, and then you said Uncle Mike was there, Bill was there, and then you said you are a department chair or department head or something, and I was trying to figure out how that's going.
Well, I'm no longer under those pressures. I am.
Well, you said you went up to, I think it was, what city did you go up to? You said you went up to the city and that they were building a school, and but there was heavy rain and you had to get on a raft with Bill.
I don't know. I did I say that? Well, that was wrong.
Okay, because you said somebody had got it on the raft and then somebody fell off, and then you had to jump in the water to help them back up on the raft. And I was, that now that was a while back though.
I was putting you on a little bit there, young man.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're back on dry land.
And please don't pick on me.
All right. Well, now what are you working on nowadays?
I'm getting money put away in a good, very secure thing, and so I don't have to keep looking at 50 different banking. So it didn't bother me.
Okay. Are you running into any sort of expenses nowadays?
Well, I'm looking at it, but I've gotten it down to maybe 2.
Down to 2. What were the big 2?
I don't even remember. What was the one I told you?
Well, you talked about the house project that I guess, I don't know if you're still working on or not. And then the other one was the school project. Those are the 2 yet you told me about.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking to. I wanted the money. I don't want to have 15 different banks, and so I'm being careful and cutting it back.
How's your golf project going?
Which one?
Well, you told me you needed to find a job online, and then you talked about golf.
Yeah, well, I think I've got everything tucked away where I wanted it to be. And
Well, what was going on with that though?
I don't know. It was a new bank that came into town.
Well, what does this have to do with the golf though?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was kidding you around. But,
well, the other day you were pretty adamant about talking about golf.
Yeah, well, I've got a meeting coming, and I call you later.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's talk later then. All right. Well, I'm glad you're doing
Okay.
well. Well, you take care now.
All right.
All right. See
Bye.
ya. All right, Maxer. Hey, Maxer. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. How's your day been going so far, Maxer? I got a lot of news to tell you about, all the recent developments on the Thigh Company channel. By the way, guys, we are at 1,950 subscribers now on the channel, which is really good. We're on our way. We're really close to getting 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Let's see here. Max says, good. I woke up 1 hour ago and I was very sleepy. Man, I've been having the craziest last few days. A little bit of real life stuff and then a little bit of the Thigh Company stuff too. So let's talk about the real life stuff too first, because it mainly involves my Turkish neighbors. They're having this weird, crazy right now involving, I guess, another family who is not too far off from where we live, probably about 15-20 minute drive. It's in a few cities. Well, actually, it's technically in the next county over, but um, apparently what's been going on. So about a year or two ago, they requested my services of having them sign on to a I guess it's kind of like a state program slash Medicare, Medicaid, health stuff. Basically, what this is to help them get them registered for health insurance, right? So they don't have to pay out of pocket, which, you know, how much money that is for health services, right? And on top of that, which is the more pressing concern that they had, they wanted for me to get them what's called a benefits card. And what this benefits card is, and this proves Humane's theory that I don't work, right? Because Humane's like, you need to get a job. I'm like, well, here's another example. So these, what do you call? I guess Turkish people, Turks. I don't know what you want to call them exactly, because I don't know who they are. I haven't met them in person, but I've talked to them a little bit on the phone a few years back. Um, we got them a benefits card, which gives them kind of like a monthly allowance that can be used for what they call over-the-counter benefits. This includes buying groceries. This includes buying over-the-counter medications, so like your Tylenol, ibuprofen, and also can be used to buy certain health supplies as well. So like, I think the most advanced thing you can buy like a shower head for your shower, and you can buy like a shower chair, a bench, heating blankets, air humidifiers, dehumidifiers, band-aids, diapers, but basically a bunch of like health stuff, right? And they got an allowance of something like 320 some $20+ a month for free. So basically they're making free money, like a $300 a month. And just two of them. So times that by two, they're making like 640 plus, maybe even 650. And they were doing well on that. And I had another person say, "Oh, you know, Thigh, you should have been gaining compensation because you should have made money. They should have, repaid you back for the services that you got them, and you basically got them free money." And I was like, "Oh, it's up to them. I'm glad to help. I did my services, my community service and all that." And now, years passed by. Now, about a month ago, apparently what happened was one of these people from these this Turkish family from the county over has a bunch of health problems suddenly come up. Um, Apparently, there's a rumor going on, and I don't know if it's these people or a different person, but somebody's an alcoholic, somebody's got a drinking problem. Which is accompanied by a bunch of other health issues, meaning that they probably got cirrhosis of some sort. Their heart is, I think it's congestive heart failure. I don't know for sure. Some sort of bad sickness and illness of the heart. And at one point, they went to the ER, and some doctors were like, "Yeah, you dumb buddy, you got, we're going to put you on hospice." And eventually, which turned into home hospice, meaning that they're going to, live out the last days at home. Um, so I suppose that's what's going on right now, but which is one of the streams I was wanting to make a few days ago, but then like I was like, I don't know if I want to or not. Um, and I gotta go and call my Turkish neighbor up to see what's going on with that to get an idea. But what happened last Monday was we were going to get some food from a few places, and out of nowhere, we got a bunch of calls coming in. Drop what you're doing. We think so and so is about to die, and which caused a bunch of panic from the Turkish families. And they were trying to get us to speed on the road, and we're driving from one county over to another, and it's like, oh man, how many? I gotta figure out how many miles of a distance this is, but it's basically like 30 minutes by car. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get you all back home, so y'all can do whatever whatever you all need to do. And next thing I know, my Turkish neighbor is calling up everybody she knows, like a good 50 people. Drop what you doing. We got to get over to this person's place. Which I understand, given that it's unclear what the circumstances are. But it's a little hectic at least. Um, and then they go over. Everything seems to be all right. Even though they're all like preparing some kind of religious ceremony, and it's getting kind of a little weird, almost superstitious, kind of weird. And uh they're talking about, oh, we got to put blankets and towels over the guy's face. We got to put a towel, or what do they call it, like a cloth or something, a handkerchief, over the guy's mouth. And I'm like, what in the world are y'all talking about? And they're all talking about, oh, we got to go, we got to put dress ups, we got to put stuff over our head, we got to put like a scarf over our head, we got to go recite some kind of like text, religious text. And I'm like, all right, okay. I mean, I guess that's what y'all doing. um but it's just is we it's what would be the word to call that? Interesting, I guess, is one way to put it, right? Now, nothing happens Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. Today, I get phone calls at 4 o'clock in the morning from my Turkish neighbor. What in the world? And I'm like out of it. It's middle of the night. I'm asleep. I can't even answer the phone. And I'm like, in that sleep phase where it's like, I can't even open my eyes. I hear the phone ringing, but I can't even pick it up. And then they start calling us at like again at like 9 or 10 in the morning, and I'm still asleep at that point. And now I'm calling them back, and I called them back at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. They're not even picking up. We're like, oh, we're so busy, we can't talk. We got to call y'all later, which makes me think, oh man, something probably went off. But who knows? Now, Maxer, I got to tell you about the Thigh Company stuff. That's even crazier. Oh man, have you heard about the Rooster versus Humane debate? I just want to make sure. Rooster or versus Uchapa, I guess is what he wants to go by now. Rooster versus Uchapa. Let's see, is Maxer still in the live stream? Hopefully he is. Because if he is, I can talk a little bit about that, or otherwise I'll probably save it for something in April. Because we have some new craziness and then like Choppa don't want for me to. Oh, okay, Maxer is awesome. All right, he's back in the stream. So, Maxer, have you heard about the recent what do you call it, debacle debate? The beef between Rooster and Uchapa. You've heard. All right. Are you familiar with the whole situation about what was going on with that? About how Choppa was like, supposedly making threats to Rooster, and Rooster blocked him and then unblocked him, and then, all that craziness. No. Oh, haha. So, to quickly go over it, because this has been going on for a while now. Basically, about a year ago, one of my old live streams, I think we were playing jokes, or somebody was playing jokes about Rooster, and then Uchapa started saying some craziness. I was like, "Oh, Rooster's that crazy person, man. You know what I should do, Thigh? I should go over to his house one day, and I should." And I basically he made like a joking fake. Um, I don't know what you would call it. I guess it's like a bomb threat, is what Rooster took it as, even though I really highly disagree. Oh, you heard the threats though. Okay. So basically, that happened forever ago, more than a year ago, right? And it was a joking matter, and nobody was intended it to be serious, but Rooster decided to take it serious, and that was probably the main reason why. But arguably, there was a few other things as well, such as like Choppa being annoying at that point, bugging everybody, and a bunch of other things. And Choppa made a response recently, trying to get Rooster to be friends with him again. And basically, Rooster did unblock him. But what ended up happening was, let's see, Choppa. So Rooster wanted for basically Choppa to apologize on video. Um, because of all that stuff he did before, and this was kind of after the Rooster's Dead series videos, and Rooster was basically highly ticked off, and then the sub game slash Monopoly attack that was going on in February. Now, I think what happened within the recent series, and this is one of the reasons why we're not doing an Achapa video today, because Achapa is highly pissed off too. Um, Basically, what ended up happening was Rooster wanted for Choppa to apologize on video, and that didn't happen. Chop was like, "No, I'm not going to go public. I'm not going to go apologize to Rooster publicly," and Rooster was not happy about that. And um, but Uchapa did write a bunch of messages apologizing to Rooster, which we did cover in the live streams. But basically, uh, Uchapa was like, "Oh, Gummy Jump. I'll cover Gummy Jump as well, right quick." So Uchapa was like, I apologize, and I realized that I was young that back then, and I was, being dumb, which is, I consider that to be kind of an official apology. But then it gets kind of weird after that. Uh, Here's where it gets weird. Rooster's like, "Oh, Chopper, you saying the N word all the time," which is like bringing up another issue about something that happened way forever ago. But Rooster claims that this was like recent, and I don't know what he's talking about. So I'm kind of trying to investigate what's going on about these claims. But then basically they have this argument on Discord, which I've covered before. I won't cover all the details in this live stream because we've covered it before. But I guess to summarize it, um, Rooster was calling Uchapa immature. And Uchapa was like, "No, Rooster's being immature because Rooster is not accepting my friend request, and he still has me blocked." And he's like, "Well, you know, Rooster should be the mature one here because, um, I've done my part, I've done my duties, and it's time for him to let go of everything. Plus, it's been forever ago." And then plus, I also got problems with homeschool, and he created this like fake argument about being supposedly homeschooled, which I don't know what that's about. But basically, that argument resolves in them basically being cool. They figured out everything, but then then we started having issues where it's like Uchapa didn't feel comfortable about a bunch of stuff. He didn't want me to talk about Messenger, so I was like, "All right, I'll respect that. I won't talk about Messenger anymore." And then he goes off on this rant about Thigh. You need to get a job, and this is where it gets really weird, because and I've talked about this I think yesterday or the day before about this argument about somebody needing a job, and I was like, well, I made that argument already. Now let me talk about Gummy Jump right quick, because to get you to your question, Maxer. So Gummy Jump. So I found Gummy Jump on Steam, but I cannot afford it. So what is Gummy Jump even priced at right now, Maxer? I don't know what it's priced at, because it's like, I imagine it was originally made for the Canadian market, and then Steam takes that price and then I guess changes it. Let me look up Gummy Jump. Gummy Jump is a video game. Okay, cool. All right. It's an indie game, strategy game, 8 out of 10. Publisher, The Screaming Rooster. That's awesome. So like let's look up The Screaming Rooster. And The Screaming Rooster is a game developer. Okay, that's awesome. So it is a game developer, but it takes me to mainly his YouTube channel, 600 460 plus followers, plus a Steam search result. All right, so what is Gummy Jump? 99 cents. It's priced at 99 cents. So you cannot afford 99 cents. I mean, everybody's in their own situation, so I do understand that. Like when I was what was this back like over no, this must have been over 10 years ago. This must have been like around 2012 or before 2012, right around when like iPads first started coming out, or at least when we first got our hands on an iPad. Um, we, my sister was always trying to get all these games and stuff for like the 99 cent stuff here, the 5.99, 4.99, or dollar here, and my dad being broke was like, no, we ain't gonna get any of that. Now, truth be told, I don't be buying anything like that too, but um, uh, now I do be supporting Rooster. I was like, Rooster, if you want me to start streaming Gummy Jump on Thigh Company, I'm like, I'm down for that. If you want to give me what's called, what do they call it, the developer or streamer code? Well, I'm sorry, I'm really broke. I understand. Yeah, a lot of people are broke, which which leads me to the humane argument of, oh man, Max, I gotta tell you what all this craziness that Uchapa's been telling me. Man, this idea of I gotta go get a job, I gotta go do this and that. Man, and I was going to save this for April, but I might come back to it in April as well. I'm debating it right now because I told Uchapa and Rooster that hey, I'm gonna cool it down on this Rooster versus Uchapa stuff because Rooster ain't happy either, and Uchapa's pissed off about all this, and it's like I don't know, throwing oil on the fire, I guess. Now, where is this craziness? So, remember, do you recall, Maxer, about me talking to you about what Uchapa said about the 9 to 5 job comments? I think he said this on Messenger, but then he also sent this on Discord. Not sure if you're familiar with that, Maxer. But basically, he made this argument that you need to go get a 9 to 5 job, and I was like, well, I have a 9 to 5 job doing home health care, and then he's like, nah, bro, you don't have a job, so you don't know what that is. All right, so I won't show the Messenger stuff because Uchapa is furious that I talk about Messenger. So what I can perhaps do is talk a little bit about the Discord stuff, and I'll cover that, kind of summarize it, because I'm also gonna see. I don't know if he's mad about Discord, but I'll kind of read off of Discord if that makes sense. But basically, he was like having an argument. I think this was like yesterday, right? What was this? Yesterday? Let's see. I'm trying to get to. There we go. I'm trying to get started this messaging. So Choppa thinks it's appropriate to attack me when I'm on my bad computer, meaning that I can't type exactly. So let's see, where did he? So here is where we were kind of picking up from the conversation. We were talking about sub games. We were talking about Choppa's theory about sub games being vanity, and then we dropped off from that and we went to uh here we go. The argument about Rooster being immature from Uchapa's point of view. Bro, if Rooster don't like what he's saying, he sees us as being immature. I'm like, really? Why do you say that? And then Uchapa goes off talking about the messenger argument. And then he skips my question. And then he says, Rooster told me he accepts my apology, but or this is how he writes it. He says, he told me he accept my apology, but don't forgive me, and therefore we can't be friends. And I'm like, why does he not want to be friends with you? I don't know. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, hey, Rooster, and I think this is like out of nowhere, either I get a message from Rooster or I send something to Rooster and he responds back, and he's basically like, why are we still talking about this thigh? And I was like, oh shoot, Rooster's gonna, getting mad at this whole thing, which I don't understand why he's mad, but I'm like, all right, I won't talk about it. So I'm like, well, okay, y'all are all good, y'all are chill, okay, that's nice. And then Choppa's like, I ain't chill with you, we got problems, and I don't care, dude. And I'm like, what problems? Tell me how I can fix the problem. Stop making videos about me or live stream about the Rooster conflict. You already made one already. Leave Rooster and me out of this. We all chill, but you don't have to make 10 videos about one conflict. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, we're not talking. I mean, we haven't been talking about this in 10 videos like you're talking about, but like, we were talking about two different topics. And, we split up the series in once in February, then we stopped. And then we're talking about, more about, what Uchapa's got to do in February and in March. And, we had this break. So, he doesn't understand the viewpoint of, we got to, cool it down, and then we might talk about something different in relation to it. But it's like, all right, we're not going to talk about this. So, like what Max was saying, my job is art. Yeah, I like that answer. My job is art. Um, so then here's the next thing. Then he starts talking about Messenger over and over and over again. And then we have this argument about, let's see, was it about Rooster or was it about? Oh no, no. Actually, here's what happens next. Which starts attacking me about, um, let's see, issues about conversation about what he's talked with Rooster. Like, you don't want me talking about what his discussions with Rooster. I'm like, okay, fine, I won't do that. And he's like, I don't like it when I say bad stuff to Rooster. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to say bad stuff to Rooster, then don't be saying bad stuff to Rooster. And then he starts like making fun of me, and he starts sending his like laughing emojis, his laughing, crying emojis. He starts sending me a bunch of those stuff. And then he makes this argument that like I've been manipulating people, and that I've been controlling him, which I don't understand. Then he starts making fun of my broken laptop, and then he goes to talking about how Rooster apparently still has him blocked, and which I don't understand any of that point of that argument. Why would Rooster says he doesn't have him blocked, but Choppa says no, he does have me blocked. So we get into this argument about like, why are we still talking about Rooster? And then Choppa's like, well, Rooster still wants to have problems with me. And I'm like, well, let's skip this. Let's move on now. And then out of nowhere, he starts making fun of me about me talking about my dad, my Sped dad stuff. He's like, you shouldn't be talking about your dad that way, Thigh. I'm like, first of all, Choppa, you don't know what's going on with my dad, right? You don't know about my history with my dad, what kind of issues we've had before. And he's like, well, you need to treat your dad good. You need to be about positive. I'm like, what do you mean about positive, right? What are you on about being positive? It's because you thrive off of conflict. That's why you got to think. I'm like, gotta think what? I'm like, again, do you know my dad? Yes, bro. You've been talking to me. Like, I'm trying to get to a new topic now. You've been talking to me about how he has dementia. I'm like, I never said that he has dementia, but I'm not 100% sure that he has dementia. It's not good talking about your dad that way. It don't matter if he betrayed your family or divorced or sped. He's still your dad. I'm like, Uchapa, you don't understand what my perspective in all this. And plus, I haven't talked to him face to face in years. You're here because of him. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm here because of him. And then he goes off again about this 9 to 5 argument, this 9 to 5 job argument that he wants to put pressure down on me to get this 9 to 5 job that he wants. And also, I told you to get a 9 to 5 job so you can enjoy life. What is this like? What is this argument about? I need a 9 to 5 job to enjoy life. I don't understand this. So he's going off and off and off about this 9 to 5 job nonsense. I'm like, you mean, or you Choppa, I have a home or what's called a work at home job. It's a home health job. And I showed all the proof necessary to prove that I have that job. And plus he tells me that if you work a 9 to 5 job and make 15 an hour, you can enjoy life. I'm like, Choppa, you realize what you're saying is that $15 an hour to you is an adequate number to enjoy life, right? I'm making more than 15 an hour, and I do not consider that to be adequate. So, he goes off and off about saying $15 an hour is this ideal number for him. But at the same time, he's arguing that me making $100 a day on eBay, which I do not, I make less than that making $100 on eBay is not adequate. Basically he's what do you call it? Contradicting himself in 2 different arguments about money. Why is eBay $100 a day bad, which I don't make that much. I make less than that. But why is $100 a day on eBay bad versus going out working some sort of job for $15 an hour? I don't understand that. And plus, let's do the math. $8 or 8 hours times 15, right? That's 120. Plus, I got to pay gas and everything in relation to getting to that job. So, we can take money off of that plus the maintenance of the car use and whatever, right? Or, let's say don't use a car thigh, go take a bus or have your friend drive you to work. I'm like, all right, or Uber or Lyft, right? Let's take money off of that. If I'm using Uber or Lyft, you can already take off 20 from that 120, right? So there's your 100 there. Plus taxes, right? I get taxed on whatever, but then I do get taxed on the eBay stuff. But I'm let's say I'm making 100 net, right, after taxes. Still, that would be better in theory. Plus it's something that I'm more interested in liking to do versus, let's say, whatever this $15 an hour job would be. But my home health stuff, I'm making more than 15 an hour. Now, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to discuss how much I'm making exactly, because I know some people are sensitive to that issue. But I don't understand this argument of $15 here versus 100 there. I just don't get. I don't get it. Me neither. Max says me neither. Max just says, I honestly suck at art, bro. My job is nothing really because I don't earn anything, so it's not really a job. Hey, at least you earn money. Yeah. And I've done the art stuff, Maxer. I know what that is. And I've sold art before. I know how difficult that is. And I've been selling. If I had to bet, I've probably been selling art longer than you have. And I know what that is. I mean, I've sold art on eBay. I don't know if I've sold art in real life. I don't think I have, but eBay's probably been the biggest place I've sold art. I think I sold one, a large artwork. I think it was an abstract artwork for $80 to a designer from like New York or New Jersey once. I think that was my biggest thing. In addition to selling other people's artwork, selling lots or wholesale artwork. Um, if I go with that, then my biggest client has been this guy from California who's probably spent over $500 on artwork that wasn't my own artwork, it was somebody else's, but still, um, I understand what that's like. What that's like, and plus, I'm selling art on eBay as well, in addition to other categories of items, which I've covered already before on previous live streams. Now, so here's where this next argument of your choppers. Let's see. I told you to get a 9 to 5 job so you can enjoy life. If you work 9 to 5 and make 15 an hour, you can come home at 5, which is wrong. You don't come home at 5 when you work 9 to 5. You're not home at 5. You're home at 5. You earliest you're at home at 5:30 if you're lucky. Really, it's probably closer to 6 because you got 5 o'clock traffic. You got to go make sure you can leave. Realistically, you're probably talking about 6 p.m. And then that's like if you don't have to do anything after work, right? Because you might have to go to the grocery store, you might have to refill gas in the car. That's so that nonsense of him coming at home at 5 is ridiculous. You're gonna come home at 5, eat food, and rest, and stream at 9 to 10. Like, why are you creating a schedule for me? That don't make. Why are you forcing me into some schedule? But what I'm talking about now is really more for a video argument in April. And then he goes off at me. You're living Discord and gaming life right now, and you're not making money off of that. And like, I don't live off of Discord. I barely get on Discord. I get on Discord because it's a means of like a social media to contact you all and communicate with you all. So I don't get this argument of his. Choppa's back at it. Yeah, Choppa, you coming out of nowhere trying to look at my Sped Dad series, right? But yeah, that's basically what's been. Now back to Sped Dad. So yeah, Sped Dad was telling me that he's been having some issues. He don't know where his money is, and he's talked to me like, "Oh, I need to get money, right? Um, I need to go buy a house up. I got to go fix up a house." And let's see, I don't know if Uchap is still here. But yeah, at least I can earn money. So I understand that argument. OFC, this slime ball is talking about us. Cat emoji, cat emoji. But yeah, back to Maxer's argument. Yeah, selling art is tough. And I've been on eBay, selling artwork um, for probably since 2014 is my guess, but on the current eBay account since 2018. And I don't know which account I sold the $80 artwork on, but the guy from California who's been buying artwork on a semi-regular basis, and he's been doing that since like September. Um, this is been he's been doing this for months, like at least half a year. Is Uchapa nice? I don't know. Is Uchapa still in the stream? Watch. I wonder if he's going to be texting me. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing on the obvious thing. I think I'm looking at like the view count, seeing who's going in and out. Um, is Uchapa nice? Yes, Uchapa is nice. But Uchapa makes some mistakes here. Yeah, so I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that. Who's coming in and out, Maxer, so I can see where enough I can talk about Uchapa since Uchapa wants to randomly pop in the stream in the middle of the Sped Dad thing, and even though I told him we ain't talking about you today. Yeah, this. Yeah, man, that's Choppa being crazy right there. The slime balls talking about us. Cat emoji, cat emoji. Man, he crazy, right? Um, so yeah, what's the next argument? Because I want to get back on track since we Choppa's out of here. Um, you're living Discord and gaming life right now, and you're not making money off of that. So, I mean, if I really want to get down to this Discord thing, I told y'all Discord is like a means of communication, but living life off of Discord, I'm nowhere am I anywhere near that. Uh, and gaming life. What do you mean by gaming life? Like I don't game all the time. You know, you can't earn money from YouTube. Yes, you can. I have made $150 from YouTube before on my old channel. Now, granted, that was mainly from super chats, but I did make some money off of that ad revenue. Um, but I'm using YouTube more as a means to market my eBay. No, I mean, like, can you? Yeah, you can earn money, and I gotta make a video talking about that. But whenever I make my monthly like YouTube or channel update, do talk about um, like what's the status of the Thigh Company channel coming to monetization. Um, so that's what we talk about on like a monthly basis. We don't talk about it all the time because people are going to be like, "Oh, you can tell Thigh Company's only thinking about money," and which is not what I want people to be thinking, right? Even though, yes, money is very important. Um, but yeah, YouTube is sort of, you can argue, a means to monetize the eBay store. Let's see. Maxer says, I only have 46 subscribers, so I'm not near anywhere getting money. So yeah, so Maxer, do you want me to talk about quickly how to make money off of YouTube? I can talk about that right quick, and like what is required to do that. I see you choppers coming in and out of the stream. Yeah, so to make money off of YouTube, first of all, you have to have at least two requirements, as far as I can tell. The first requirement is you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Luckily, we're coming up to 2,000, so you can argue we're getting close to twice as much as the minimum. So you got to get to at least 1,000 subscribers, which is doable. It's tough. It does take, like, I think with this this Thigh Company channel. Now, granted, we were not doing stuff we probably could have done 3 years ago, but I'd say it probably took arguably 1 to 3 years. Um, I would make the argument nowadays, if I restarted with a new channel, the tactic that I'm doing on this channel, and it's like Roblox themed, it would probably take me maybe a year, maybe a year and a half. From your 46 subscribers, my guess is it may take a year, maybe less, maybe more. You never know. Depends on what's trending, what's going to be cool, and all that. Um, so Max just says, I think you got the subscribers from the Roblox videos, art, and all the memes from your YouTube shorts. So I think it's mainly from the YouTube shorts. There used to be a way that I could go on YouTube and take a look. I want to see if I can do that now to tell you for sure. But in the past, it was like 90% from, or is it 95? 90% from shorts. Then I want to say it was like probably 7% from videos, 2% from live streams, and then the rest from like general search or whatever. But it was mainly, oh, Alex is texting me now too. But yeah, it was mainly from the YouTube shorts. Alex says, Thigh. Hello, Alex. What's up with Alex texting Thigh out of nowhere? We'll see what Alex wants. You were from the live streams. Yeah, I'm getting some subscribers from the live streams. It's not a lot. I want to say it's primarily